Hello and welcome to PS Best Friends, episode 47 for the week of April 10th, 2018. As always, we are the PlayStation podcast by the community, for the community. We come to you each and every Tuesday to give you the rundown on all the latest PlayStation news you could possibly need. This week, the trend of old games getting updates continues, our favorite Purple Dragon finally gets an official announcement, and the long-awaited Spyro-Man release date is finally revealed. Before we start, just some quick housekeeping. We are now on Patreon at patreon.com/psbestfriends, where you can back us for any number of dollars. But throw us a couple bucks and we can give you a shout out on the show. This podcast will always be free. However, in order to give you a better podcast, we would massively appreciate your support. Please check us out on Patreon and become an even bigger part of our community. As always, I'm your host, Anthony Palm, and of course we couldn't give you all the weekly goods without Chicago's prodigal son, Miguel Alvarez.
What's up, guys?
And Brooklyn's bad boy himself, Jeffrey Mizrahi.
What up, what up, what up?
So let's get into it. What you guys been playing this week?
Yeah, so I've been playing, started off the week with some Ni no Kuni. Then I got I could say I have it, excuse me, but I can't say anything about it. Playing God of War, because I interned part-time at the New York Video Game Critics Circle, so I'm going to write a review for them. And then hopefully make a video review for PS Best Friends. But you guys will hear all about that next week, on next episode. And besides that...
Do you want to hold the release for next week for the embargo?
What do you mean?
Like release the episode Thursday instead of Wednesday, Tuesday?
I mean, you can talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later.
I'll do it next week.
But I might mute you because I don't want to hear anything about it.
Yeah, no, I'd go spoiler free when we go into discussion. But yeah, this episode is releasing on the 10th. We'll see what's happening with that. But besides that, I've been playing a bunch of couch co-op 4-player Fortnite, which is pretty much me and one of my brothers. I have three brothers. Me and one of my brothers on this setup I'm sitting at right now, where I have a PS2 monitors, a PS4, and a PC. And then down the hall, we keep both doors open. My two other brothers are doing the same thing on a PS4 and PC. And we're pretty much just playing squads, high explosives, which is an extremely fun game mode. We're heavily enjoying. And literally no mic chat. We all mute each other and just yell from room to room. And that is bundles of fun. But yeah, I finally got that Fortnite bug that you guys have been raving about for oh so long.
Now you get it then.
Yeah, I mean, I still have issues with the game, but
you just need to just let yourself enjoy it is the thing.
Like, yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I still have issues, but like when I'm yelling across the room with all my brothers, it's fucking like
the fun factor kind of outweighs like the smaller issues, you know.
100%. And then I also been playing a bunch more Pokemon Go, like actually walking out of my way on dog walks just to acquire some more research points and stuff, because now you could finally catch a Moltres without the need of doing a whole raid and whole situation, so that's fun. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, what you been playing, Miguel?
Let's see. I play a little bit more of Far Cry. I told you, Anthony, that I told you guys that I was playing and just time flew by. I lost track of time, which is a good thing. Guns. The guns they still suck, man. The control of the guns. I know you said to put attachments to the guns.
It doesn't fix it.
They're still not. Yeah, it still doesn't.
Yeah, no, it
fix
doesn't. It makes it a little better, but it doesn't fix it.
Playing that, I'm getting Ni no Kuni too from Gameplay. I really want to play that.
Nice.
I saw the stream that Jeffrey had, I think it was last week, and I was like, I'm into it.
You guys are making me want to play it now, but God of War is right around the corner.
Yeah, well, I know. Just hold on, bro. Just hold on until God of War. But yeah, some Fortnite. Clear all the challenges this week. They're pretty easy.
When you said you were getting lost in Far Cry, what mode were you playing? Were you talking
just
about?
Solo.
Now, do you go more campaign or side missions? What are you playing there?
Trying to do the campaign, but I was just flying a helicopter and just landing and just destroying people.
I was doing the same thing. I was flying around a helicopter and just like mowing people down, and then I would fly from checkpoint to checkpoint. I was doing the same thing. That's funny.
I was doing the same thing, and then stopping in the middle somewhere.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Far Cry,
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll finish after you. Then.
Okay. Yeah, Far Cry I'm still kind of lukewarm on. I don't want to say I don't like it because it's not. I don't think I don't like it. There's just something about it. It's just I was telling it. I think Jeffrey like it just doesn't have that exotic feel that 3 and 4 had. So I still want to keep putting more time into it. I want to give it its true shot. But the thing is, in Far Cry 5, you have to max out like a resistance meter in each area to be able to fight the final boss. Versus like in the previous games, it's just like you just go through the missions and then that's the game.
I mean, it's not that hard, dude. If you just do the missions,
well, right now, like I'm just grinding, saving hostages and shit, and it's like I just don't.
Oh yeah, just do the missions, dude. It goes up a lot when you.
I did. I think I did all of the missions that I've been prompted with, except for there's one mission where I have to deliver oil tankers.
Okay.
But it's like if you steal one and then there's guys around you, they just shoot it and it explodes in like 2 seconds. So it's breaking my balls. It's kind of pain in the ass, but I'm almost there though. I'm almost there without doing that mission, and I have one of the 2 tankers. So if I find one, but yeah, no, it's not that I don't like it. I think I need to just kind of arcade. I think kind of killed it for me. Like, for the moment, it kind of I was like, ugh. So
that was bad.
I saw some cool stuff happening with arcade. Some dude's recreating World at War's campaign. I saw the first mission's already done. That was very cool.
Arcade is a mode that I would have loved to have just jumped into after I beat the game if I didn't need to jump into it. It's because they made me do it for the trophies that it's like fuck this mode. Like mentally, I'm like fuck this.
Yeah, maybe don't force yourself next time. There's also cool PT mode. It looks very Little Big Planet arcade, like in the sense
it's not hard to get the trophies, man. It's just because the guns are so bad.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's not hard. It's just annoying, and it was frustrating. So, so I played that a little more yesterday. I'm playing a lot of Hearthstone. I got Bayonetta 2 for Switch off GameFly, which I have not played yet, and I got Kingdom Come Deliverance in the mail today. So I don't know.
Again,
maybe I'll give that. Yeah, we don't talk about that on there. Maybe I'll do a stream of that maybe later today before WrestleMania, just to see. I'm probably not even gonna like it at all.
You gotta watch
it
NXT before
cool,
that, bro.
So yeah, maybe.
Oh,
and then I'm playing something else, but I can't think of what it is.
Miguel, what was that game?
Mad Max. Mad Max. I downloaded Mad Max. It was free on Plus.
Great, right?
Very fun. Very fun.
I know it's fun.
It's not anywhere close to Metal Gear Solid 5. Like people that are saying that need to stop.
But
I think it was a tongue-in-cheek joke. I think I was like,
yeah, it was.
I think anyone.
Colin Moore might have been serious.
You upgraded your car? Your Magnus Opus?
I'm not very far yet.
Dude, the car gameplay is so fucking good, man.
But that's amazing. I get the feeling that it's going to be even more fun the more I play. So I'm gonna. That's going to be one of those games. I'm just going to leave it installed and kind of play it every once in a while.
And I kept playing it, and the more I played it, the more fun it was.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm definitely gonna leave that installed. It's not a priority, but it's definitely a game where I'm just like, that's one of my.
For some fun.
If I'm in a blah mood, and I do it all the time. Where I'll jump into Wildlands, and I'll be like, nah, and then I'll jump into like Phantom Pain, and they'll be like, nah, and then I'll jump into like BioShock, and be like, eh. And that's one of those games where like when I'm jumping through all these different games, I'll probably land on a game like Mad Max and just play it for like 2 hours.
One more game that I just played. You guys saw me play. World War II, the multiplayer, and I'm doing it because the changes are coming next week. Well, I mean, if you're listening to this, it's today. We'll get into the news, and I got some thoughts about it. But yeah, playing some of that. Then the best map, which they added like a month ago, Shipment.
So how does Shipment translate to World War II? Because when I think of that map, I think of it like I just think of the Modern Warfare version. Yeah, so I did enjoy Shipment a lot.
There's not a lot of grenade spam, just because some of the classes don't have the grenades,
right?
Which it's changing. We'll get into it, but it's changing. And it's just right now it's better because you're actually like shooting. Oh, except when the kill streaks come in, because that's a clusterfuck. Because there's no place to hide, but it is fun. It's the most fun map version in the game, in my opinion.
Okay. Do you see yourself playing World War II, like once Black Ops 4 is out, like you're selling World War II, right? Dude, I'm never looking back at it.
I'm not playing like I used to play, like the last couple years, Call of Duty. Like I'm jumping in, like the whole week. Today I just jumped in for 2 games. I used to play like every day.
Yeah.
And that got replaced by Fortnite.
Fortnite took it over.
Yeah.
We gotta play more Siege, dude. I love Siege. We need to play more. That's the problem. Is like Fortnite's fucking everything up for me because it's like I'll be like I want to play Siege, but then you'll be like, yo, Fortnite challenge just dropped, and I'll be like, fuck, we gotta play Fortnite. It's not that I don't have fun playing Fortnite. I get mad at it, but it's one of those things where it's like
plays with you Fortnite too, which is
yeah, she does do those with me. But it's one of those things where like I want to play other games, but Fortnite is just pulling me away. So, and it's a free game, of course. So it's the irony is,
But it is not time for Fortnite playing because it is time for the Island Report.
There'll be some news.
There are 9 items on the list.
How many items?
9.
Hey, captains count.
That was
You reacted a little slow. I needed you to do it.
I thought you were going to answer your own question. First up, from Game Informer exclusive still, a print magazine somehow still getting exclusives in 2018 by Andrew Reiner. Marvel's Spider-Man will be released for PS4, drumroll, September 7th. The game's post-launch DLC will come in the form of a 3-part campaign called Marvel's Spider-Man, The City That Never Sleeps. A little odd for talking about DLC this early, but either way. The US and Canada will get a digital deluxe edition that comes with the game, the DLC, and oh wow, they're doing with this also. I didn't realize a physical pin.
Yep.
That like
cool.
You put your email in or something and they send it to. And then the collector's edition, a physical one, comes with all the digital deluxe stuff, a steelbook, and a classified, an art book as well, and a classified figurine, like statue, that they will be revealed in the summer. So that's interesting. People pre-ordering.
It's probably not done yet. That's probably why it's classified.
Yeah, exactly.
Like McFarlane or whoever's working on it's probably still prototyping it, and that's probably why they didn't reveal it.
But yeah, so let's just jump into submitted topic. Now we're talking about Spider-Man by Nathaniel Hicks over on the Patreon page, patreon.com/psbestfriends, where you can support us. He asks, is Spider-Man going to be a Game of the Year contender? With the lineage and DNA of games alone, like Ratchet & Clank and Sunset Overdrive, games made by developer Insomniac, can that make this, if not the best Spider-Man game ever, a very, very strong pick for Game of the Year? So I say yes. What do you guys think about this?
But yeah, I think it's a foregone conclusion. It's going to at least be in contention. Whether or not it will actually win, I mean, this year is just so crazy between God of War and Spider-Man and Monster Hunter is going to get votes. Red Dead, of course. Monster Hunter is going to get votes, like Miguel mentioned earlier off air. I think it's going to be in contention. I don't know if it'll win, but yeah, absolutely.
Would you guys include, if the game's in the top 10, like at number 10, would that be part of it? Like, would that be contending?
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
I don't think it's gonna be top 5 games of the year.
Oh, I think
it's definitely gonna.
I think it's. I mean, we haven't played the game yet, so we're really talking on speculation. But
let's talk about what we saw this week. They showed a bunch of things off. I said, guys, this looks almost too good. Like Watch Dogs 1, E3.
It did look very vertical slicey.
Doesn't meet expectations when it comes out like that good looking. But then Anthony told me these guys did make Ratchet and Clank, which I think is one of the best. Ratchet and Clank PS4 I'm talking about now, which I think is one of the. They also did the originals, which I think is one of the best looking PS4 games.
Still,
just from
came out 3 years ago, I think, and it's still
because it has that style and the color and everything.
When did that come out? 2015 or 16?
16, I want to say.
Sunset Overdrive was 15, right?
It was
14.
14, I think.
14?
Yeah.
But either one.
Insomniac just if any developer was gonna pull it off, I think Insomniac is one of the ones that I trust. They've never really made a quote unquote bad game. Say what you want about Resistance 2 and 3. Some people loved them, some people thought they were but even those games were baseline good. So I trust Insomniac to at least make an 8 out of 10 game, and I think it's gonna far succeed that.
I think it's gonna be around an 8 out of 10.
I'm seeing. Yeah, I mean, I see 9.5.
And I'm just saying,
I
just with
personally
with the
think it's
stuff
going to be
that
at
I
least a
saw,
9, but it will definitely not be lower than an 8.
just because of the demo that we saw in, what was it, PSX or E3 last year?
It was either PSX or Paris Games Week. It was one of the two.
It was E3, I think.
I always get them confused, Pearson. And
I remember where it was, but that demo, there was a lot of quick action events. You just had to press the X once in a while or square. I think it was a square.
yeah, but I think those are going to be few and far between.
Those seem
That was just part of a
I don't
cutscene.
know,
It was like an
man.
interactive cutscene more than it was like. I don't think that's going to be a
Yeah,
major.
those seem more like during big events like boss battle or something. But the previews this week we're seeing it looked like the locomotion is definitely going to be less QTE, more controlled. Kind of
It's
like
they It's like almost like they prototyped what they wanted to do with Sunset Overdrive.
and also talking about Game of the Year. You have to remember. I don't remember who gave it to them, but I mean they did make a Game of the Year edition. Batman: Arkham Asylum was definitely top like 10 or 5 in
Arkham City
2009.
won Game of the Year, didn't it?
I
could have
think
sworn
yeah, I
I
think
bought a Game of the Year edition.
from someone. Yeah, City and Asylum both had Game of the Year editions.
Arkham Knight absolutely did not.
Yeah, though I
Arkham
think
Knight
it
was
had
fun.
some.
We're
it
getting
made
off
some
topic, but I liked Arkham Knight, but there was some problems with the end of that game. But
no, I'm just bringing that up because I think like just because it's a property game, it's a superhero. I think that still means it could definitely be critically received and amazing. Interesting that they keep referring to it as I mean, it makes sense, but Marvel's Spider-Man is really the name of it.
I mean,
You guys
that's
notice
what it's always called.
Like that's like the name of the thing.
Like even in the comics, it's always called Marvel Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like other games just used to be called Spider-Man. Have you guys played any prior Spider-Man games? I know the best one
I
ever
played
was
two of
Spider-Man
them.
2.
Yeah, I played a lot of two.
I played the original Amazing Spider-Man PS1 game, narrated by Stan Lee himself.
Oh wow!
For its time, that was a great game.
Do you remember who made that?
Maybe not great, a good game. Activision.
Oh, interesting.
I don't remember what specific studio, but it was an Activision studio.
I had 2 on GameCube, but that was more like my brothers played that. But then I got 3
My brother
on
was
DS. And that was a side-scrolling game, which wasn't that bad. It was kind of a.
My brother loved Spider-Man 2. He played the shit out of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Question
And
for
they
you
also-
guys.
Yeah, hit me.
I know they keep saying exclusive, but do you guys think eventually it will come out for the Xbox?
I think they said it will not. I think,
did they say?
Don't quote me, but I thought I read somewhere that that Insomniac said it will never come to Xbox.
I think because PlayStation's put it like.
I know because of the
publishing
deal they had to have Spyro-Man on the movies.
Because Sony.
That's
Sony
probably part of it.
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. Sony technically still owns the rights to Spider-Man. The
Yeah,
movies
so-
for Spider-Man.
But so Sony's publishing this one, so that's why I think it can't come to.
Okay.
It's like
I
how
mean,
Mass
you never
Effect
know.
1 never went to PlayStation until after Microsoft, or after EA bought it, because it was originally published by Microsoft. And then
Yeah.
EA owned it, and they're like, well, now we can
I
put it
mean,
there.
that could happen, man. Marvel could buy Spider-Man from Sony later on.
Imagine Marvel just buys Microsoft.
I think it's a Sony buys Microsoft. But yeah, off topic.
Clearly not
Excitement
realistic.
is in the air for Spider-Man. Yeah, and we were always talking about where are the release dates, and now 5 months away. I'm excited as possible. Next up, from IGN by Brian Barnett, Ubisoft has revealed the plan for year 2 of Ghost Recon Wildlands DLC. Ubisoft announced Ghost Recon Wildlands is getting another year of post-launch content, which will include additions to both the campaign and Ghost War PvP modes. A $30 digital Year 2 pass for Wildlands will offer all 6 of the Year 2 Ghost War classes, including a week of early access. It will also contain an exclusive customization pack, 4 special ops battle crates, and 4 Ghost War battle crates. So just a bunch of loot boxes, part of that second
All cosmetic
season
stuff.
pass.
So they're doing basically like the Siege type thing with the
Yeah.
year 2 thing, where they're adding two campaigns, like they had like DLC campaigns for year 1, which that was the only DLC originally, and then they're adding more It's like the operators from Siege, where it's like you get a week early access to them. So that's cool. I'm
Which
glad
is
they're
crazy
supporting
because
that game.
that campaign is like
So
long.
big, dude. It's
Yeah.
so big. That's why I didn't even ever bother buying the DLC, because it's like I don't even know if I'll ever get through this campaign. So, but
yeah.
I enjoy that game. Glad that they're supporting it. This is why I love Ubisoft. They keep supporting their games.
I mean, it's smart to do it. You
Games
gotta support the game
as service.
I mean, you gotta support the game, especially knowing that you're gonna make a sequel later on.
See, I think Ubisoft
keep
is the
people
one
playing
publisher that is good about doing games as service. Like, certain games don't need to be a games as service. Like, I feel like I can't think of a good example. Like Injustice. Like, does that need to be a games as service? Like,
I mean,
just make the character.
okay.
I mean, it's a bad example, but I just can't think of anything off the top of my head.
AC Origins, is that a games as service? And if it is, why? If it's a single player game?
Yeah, they're definitely treating it as a games of service, 100% with their.
Oh, I know they are, but
weekend
why?
events. Why?
It's
Because,
more of a single player game.
Yeah, I mean,
Why not drop more like actual content? Like,
Well, with Origins, I thought it's all single player content that they're adding. It's not like it's attacked on multiplayer.
but
they're adding
but
missions
like,
and quests and stuff.
It's in a
more,
multiplayer.
I'm saying like more like actual campaign stuff for them to drop more campaign stuff instead of like adding these special event stuff that they're adding.
Because I mean, it's the model works, and the model so far has only been used for multiplayer
Well, but they
games.
but
there
they
are a lot
are-
of people that. Well,
They're
there are a lot
doing
of people that only
DLCs for
play,
Origins as well.
That only do single player games. So I think for them, it's like, oh, let's bring this model over. Let's not have some multiplayer.
I mean, I'm not
exclusive
arguing it
model.
doesn't work because it's
Yeah.
working.
Well, but you got to
I'm saying
realize
that's why they do it.
they have like 2 major DLCs for Origins as well. So it's not like they're only doing the timed events and stuff. You know what I mean? They are supporting it with actual story content as well. So I don't think I think Ubisoft is like the only publisher that does the games as service model well. Because think about all the games that we enjoy that do it well. The Division, Siege, Wildlands is now doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely rather this than and have games have a year 2 and like really spread out rather than.
And it does seem like they
Destiny's
are
more
picking
like
and
always
choosing
thinking
as well
about the next
because
numbered iteration.
it does seem like they're picking and choosing as well because Watch Dogs 2 didn't really do this. You know what I mean? That
think
seemed
they
more like
do
they
it
were just
based
like
off of sales.
tight. Yeah, maybe.
Because
I was gonna say because
Watch Dogs 2 did have DLC, did have a year 1 DLC, like, you know.
Yeah, but
didn't
it was
they add
more of
some
a tight
stuff up for
experience, though.
multiplayer too?
I mean, did anyone even play the multiplayer?
They definitely. I think they pick and choose the year 2s for games that succeed.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
But next up, from GameSpot by Alex Newhouse, Call of Duty World War II is getting a new DLC pack soon, but that's not the only thing that's coming. Developer Sledgehammer also recently announced an overhaul of the game's playable classes called Divisions. And from the first details, it appears that it will bring about quite the change to multiplayer. So, Miguel, what is this looking like?
So, it's coming. If you're hearing it today, it's coming April. I mean, it's today, April 10th. The 10th.
Yep.
It should be an update. It's gonna change. All right, let's see the patch notes real quick. It's gonna change pretty much how the divisions work. So it's gonna add. You're gonna
like the
have.
perks
They're
and
gonna
stuff you
change
get from each class
Yeah, like the
is
perks
getting updated.
for the classes. You're gonna, if you're choosing the infantry class, you're gonna be able to actually move faster, have additional primary attachments. They're just gonna change it up a little bit, and they're gonna move the perk completely from the game prime, because that's like a perk you need it.
What does that do?
That's if I'm not mistaken, because I don't remember, it's pretty much like toughness. So meaning you don't flinch as much when you're getting shot at.
Something Far Cry 5 should
It's
fucking
something
think about.
similar to that. I'm not sure exactly, but they're just changing the whole how the classes work. Because
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot
obviously
of...
they don't work.
I'm just
and a
skimming
lot of people
through the
complain about
article
them.
now. It looks like there's a lot of class changes. There's loadout selection changes.
Yep.
Looks like there's some attachment changes. Looks like there's weapon and mechanic tunings. So, I mean, it looks like they're completely overhauling this game, which is interesting because it's March, you know?
Yeah, because people are leaving the game, dude, to go play something else. I've been saying it since the beginning the game came out when I played it. It's like the game's not fun. You're restricting players on how they want to play. Like before the big thing was its 10-pick system, you were able to play however you wanted.
Yeah, that's what yeah.
And now it's like you gotta
days.
play it this way and that's it. And you got 5 or 6 different ways.
That's kind of what I had thought about this when I first played the beta and then the full game when I played it at launch. and I was kind of like, this feels like we're back in 2006 Call of Duty. You know, like it didn't feel right.
I mean, they said back to the roots. We just meant go back to like boots on the ground, not completely go back
not the
to
systems. Yeah,
10 years from now. I mean, like, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Black Ops 4 picks up anything from these multiplayer
I really
systems.
hope Black Ops 4
not.
is just the pick 10 system again.
We'll have to wait and
Please,
see for that.
Please.
Next up, in other September games and Insomniac games, from IGN by Jonathan Dornbush, Activision announced that Spyro Reignited trilogy, developed by Skylanders devs Toys for Bob. The trilogy will include Spyro's 3 original PS1 outings, Spyro the Dragon, Spyro 2 Ripto's Revenge, and Spyro the Year of the Dragon, with new remastered graphics, sounds available on September 21st for $40. So pretty much getting the same treatment as Crash Bandicoot the Insane trilogy. So Toys, yes, interesting that
this
now
is from the
the
ground up,
Skylanders
like Crash
guys
was?
are finally going back to Spyro, Spyro proper. But yeah, what do you guys think?
Is this from the ground up like Crash was?
Yeah, it is.
I didn't hear
it looks like Unreal,
mentioned,
right?
but it looks it, and I think that's their messaging and stuff.
Yes,
Does this look like Unreal Engine to you guys?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, it looks good. I'm hyped. I've said from many times I loved Crash as a kid, but I was always more a Spyro guy. So I'm hyped for this.
You guys know how I feel about this.
You don't care. You want CTR.
Exactly, my man. That's what I want.
But what's
Question for you
interesting about what's interesting about this is at launch it is coming to Xbox PC as well,
Yes,
and I
yes.
think Switch.
They didn't confirm Switch,
I
so I don't know.
It got leaked or something. I think it's.
I just
maybe
didn't
there's
read yes
maybe
or
they're
no
waiting for
to
an
that. I
answer.
just didn't see anything about Switch.
But yeah, so at launch is coming to Xbox and PlayStation, whereas Crash came a year exclusive on PlayStation.
I think that's because PlayStation had a hand in the development of Crash.
I think they helped them out. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was your question?
Do you guys think this is gonna sell better than Crash?
Probably not. If you're talking just PlayStation sales, probably not. It will because it's coming out on
yeah, good
multiple
point.
platforms. I think the PlayStation only sales of Crash will be better than the PlayStation only sales of Spyro. Just because it was one of those things where like it was out of left field, everyone lost their shit. Holy shit, my childhood's back. Now it's like people are like, okay, cool, Spyro 2. You know, I'm more excited for it, but I think generally, I think people were more excited for Crash.
Are you getting it?
I'm
Are
getting
you gonna
it, yeah.
gamefly it?
This I'll probably buy.
$40 discount price.
Well,
I mean,
plus with that GCU,
you could get it. Oh, exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
My man's learning.
What was I gonna say? Fuck. Oh yeah,
Nice.
I mean, from what I recall, I feel like Crash has always been more of the mascot of the PS1 genre era, whereas like Spyro's like number 2.
That's funny because Nathaniel Hicks actually said to him Spyro was always the PlayStation mascot. So it's interesting how people had different. I agree with you. I think Crash always was more upfront as like the mascot.
I feel like it's kind of like a Mario and Link type of thing. I don't know. Whereas like
People act like they like Zelda more, but Zelda doesn't sell nearly as much as Mario. Zelda doesn't sell like a 1/4 of Mario.
honestly, yeah, I don't know about act, but like Zelda's like very high up as like a mascot for Nintendo platforms, but it is definitely second fiddle to Mario. Either way, great news. It's been rumored for a while. Now let's see if Activision's got another remaster in the work.
CTR?
next up-
CTR.
I was leading
Vicarious
towards
Visions
Modern
could
Warfare 2.
totally just do CTR and just add it on to the Crash collection. Make it like a $10 DLC or a $5 DLC. You know what I mean?
They do have that like ice level, ice level or something. They were offering for like $2. Next up, Square Enix announces a new update coming to Final Fantasy XV's Comrades multiplayer mode later this year. A new update will add raid bosses in battle, challenges for players for the first time. So pretty much at PAX East, Square Enix showed off their roadmap for this year for Final Fantasy 15. Remember, a game that came out in December
It's insane.
2016.
It's insane.
It's getting, I think, 2 more new episodes, which are like
No, it's getting like 4. It's
4
getting
episodes.
It's getting. Okay, I'm gonna save the last one because it's really funny. So the first 3 are gonna be Arden, who is a main character, a main antagonistic force in the game.
So these are like 3-4 hour single player DLCs that
so there's gonna be
focus around
Arden,
one character.
Luna Freya, and who was the third one?
I think Noctis. I saw his name.
No, that's the last one I was gonna say. How do you add an episode Noctis when the game is about Noctis? What?
Yeah.
So, but there was another one. I
That's a
can't remember
prequel.
who the fourth one was. Might have been. Was it Aranea? I don't know. They're adding 4 new episodes. So I waited to buy the Royal upgrade because there's like the Royal Edition, like the full game, and then there's the Royal upgrade for people that want it already. I'm waiting to buy that until all of this DLC is out because I'm not doing 3 new game pluses of this 80-hour game. But
I mean,
Comrades. It sounds like Comrades are trying to make it a little more.
What's your cutoff for this game has?
Well, I want to at least wait.
Finished,
I want to at least wait until these 4 expansions are out.
Okay.
And then if they announce even more, then it's like, all right, then I'll just buy those a la carte as they go. But I'm just saying, like, the Royal Edition didn't add that much for me. It's like, okay, there's more endgame bosses. I'm not about to go grind endgame bosses. Like, that had to come out for me, like, a year ago. But they are adding... it did add some other stuff. So that paired with these new expansions might, because that's kind of what I did with
It also
Season
had the
1.
first 4 episodes from the first year.
The
DLC.
Royal Edition did, not the Royal Upgrade.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
The Royal Edition was like the complete edition, but then to upgrade to the Royal Edition, it just gave you like the end game bosses.
That assumed you had the season pass.
Right. So
Cool.
I mean, it's cool. This Comrades update sounds like they're just trying to make it more like Monster Hunter, like a mini Monster Hunter within Final Fantasy. So it's cool.
How much would you charge for that just standalone? Because they're gonna put it in the summer standalone.
That is
For Comrades?
Standalone Comrades.
Yeah,
is
Comrades,
Going to be a thing.
I think I saw it was like $20 or $30 if you don't buy the season pass, but the season pass is only like $25. So just buy the season pass.
Wait, I mean they're gonna sell it separately, starting in the summer.
Yeah.
Would you
But
charge?
I think
You don't need the
if
disc
you
for
have
that.
it, if
Oh, I
you
know
have
you
it
don't, but
through,
Yeah.
if you have it now, I think you need to load it up through Final Fantasy 15 proper. But
Yes, you do, but
later on, you can just so I don't think I will get the standalone version. I think I will have to boot
Obviously
it up
not,
to Final
'cause you
Fantasy.
have the
But I
disc.
think someone else that buy so I don't know. I would say $20 after all this content. $20 would be a good price. Right now, I think it's like 15 or 20, and I don't think it's worth that much.
Interesting.
It's a cool mode, though. They're very fun. If they add more to do in it, because the problem was people were just doing everything they could do in like 2 weeks.
Next up, I think we talked about this last week, but Middle Earth Shadow of War is removing all its microtransactions.
I think we talked about it off air. I don't think it was.
Yeah,
in the podcast.
we-
Possibly. But yeah, that's happening.
It
Um,
it doesn't affect the game, in my opinion.
mhm.
I think we talked
like it
about
takes
it,
away
but
the temptation
I
of
feel like
doing
we
it,
did, yeah.
but I still feel like I wasn't gonna buy them, even though like I would feel tempted to, just because you're always like, what if I just threw like $5 down? But I never did it, and so I feel like this is it's just taking that temptation away. But other than that, it's not gonna change the balancing of the game at all. I don't think.
they
Next
just
up,
added.
They made their money, and now they want the goodwill
Yeah.
of saying, "Hey, we're taking it out."
Exactly.
The Hitman series is not dead. Warner Bros. Has announced that they're entering an agreement with IO Interactive to publish Hitman, the definitive edition, on May 18th this
There's
year.
been like 6 different versions of this game. There was Hitman the complete season 1, then Hitman Game of the Year edition, and now this one. It's like there's too many versions of this. Stop it. It's a great
this
game.
came up-
It's a very fun, great game. Just make season 2 already, please.
Yeah, because this came up when IO separated and like, oh, now we own it and we're going to do the stuff with Hitman, but it's like, oh, who's publishing it? And now Warner Bros. Is there.
Very cool. Very cool. Did Warner Brothers do the movies? Because the movies were not very good.
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Also, shout out to Timothy Oliphant, who was 47 in the first movie. And it was not a very good movie, but he's in Santa Clarita Diet, which I talked about last week on Cocktail Hour. And just real quick, Tay and I finished season 2. That show is fucking awesome. You guys should watch it.
Dope. Next up, Far Cry 5 has hit a major sales milestone, becoming the fastest selling game in the franchise's history. Cool.
Is that a good thing? I mean, I'm sure it is for them, but is it a good thing?
I don't see why it
Meaning
would be
in
a bad
the-
thing.
What do you mean?
Meaning, if this sold, it's the fastest selling game. is the next one gonna be similar to this, or is it gonna be similar to the last like 3 or 4? Because they're a little different, in my opinion.
Like, would they go into maybe a city next time, or maybe,
or would they go back to an island, or
more tropical?
tropical?
I don't know. That's a good
exotic
point.
is what I would use.
Oh, exotic, yeah, whatever.
Because the Himalayas weren't really tropical, but it was exotic.
Because
I don't know.
what I told you guys, what got me to buy Far Cry 5 was the setting.
I think that helps making it. I don't know. I think though what we have been talking about, the games of service, we will probably see a year 2 DLC for Far Cry 5 if it's the fastest selling in the franchise.
Oh yeah, I think
so. We'll see. I don't think.
I mean, there's usually about 3 years between Far Cry releases. I feel. Because when was Far Cry 3 released? 2012 or 2013?
I think 11. I think Far Cry 3 was 11.
No way. It came out right after Skyrim? Really? I gotta look that up quick.
I think so. I think that was the games that year.
That's crazy if it came out right after... No, November 2012. I was gonna say, there's no way it came out immediately after Skyrim. So 12 and then 15 sounds about right for Far Cry 4, and then 18. So about 3 years.
So then,
Primal was the exception, but that's kind of a spin-off.
21. Next one's going to be on next gen system, so maybe they'll hold off and make it more into the series. And then last up, Divinity: Original Sin 2 is coming to PlayStation 4 on August 28, 2018.
Cool. I don't care.
A lot of PC players love that.
A lot of exactly.
I mean, it's cool for the people that want it. It doesn't do anything for me, but it's cool that it's at least coming.
Yeah, it's funny because I think that game, correct me if I'm wrong, listeners, is a CRPG, which is a computer RPG, which is this very weird genre of like games. I don't really know how to define, but
it's like a cross between like an RTS and a dungeon crawler. It looks like. I mean, that could be a totally made up genre that I just said that it's totally wrong, but to me, it looked like it was kind of a cross between those.
And last but not least, I had to write on a post-it because I didn't want to forget. I did finish A Way Out. Me and Billy, my brother, I posted a review on Patreon if you want to check that out. But quick summary is the story was very so-so, but what that game does with gameplay and with the whole 2-player controlling stuff, you think it's like cool in the beginning where you're doing like stealth things, but it ramps up so heavy towards the end. And I would love to see if I said that last week, but if like Uncharted did something like this, or a game with a good story tried this type of 2-player gameplay thing, I think it would be amazing. Because like the story in Brothers also wasn't that like amazing. It was just like, oh, the parents died and now they have to go on this journey, whatever. But like the gameplay stuff, what Joseph Fares does with that is really amazing.
Nice. Yeah, I want to get back to that soon.
Was the ending that big of a deal? Like a lot of people said.
Yeah, the ending was so cool. Story-wise, once again, very cliche, very cheesy, but gameplay-wise, super cool. Didn't see it coming at all, and was like, whoa, this is what's happening.
They were dreaming. They're in the Ubisoft universe. They're in that, what's it called? The Assassin's Creed thing?
Oh, yeah, they're in an Animus.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah. It's a way out of the Animus. That's the whole point of the game.
God damn it.
It's all connected, dude.
Someone said that there's some like meme going around that the whole Activision Blizzard universe is connected. But yeah, moving on to the list of PlayStation games coming to every possible PlayStation platform as read by your best friends for the week of April 10th, 2018.
I'm glad you got it right this time.
Yep. Oh wow, finally. The blog is working on Chrome. First up, Deep Ones, coming to PS4, PS Vita digital.
Vita lives.
Well,
what a name.
You got Deep Ones, and then you got Dusty Raging Fist. So,
oh my God.
Coming to PS4 digital.
Oh, God.
Jesus,
yeah, we'll just saw back-to-back titles.
Dusty Raging Fist. Okay.
Pick Dusty Raging Fist up with your Deep One. Extinction, PS4 digital. Face massive brutes and their minions across a sprawling countryside, defending cities and rescuing refugees torn from their homes. This is a THQ Nordic game, new IP. Looks interesting, honestly. I didn't see any gameplay. I just remember it got leaked, then announced because it was leaked, and now it's out.
Cool.
League of Evil, PS4, PS Vita, digital. This is also a demo out on the Switch for this. This is actually a really old iOS game that I played, and Android, that I played back in freshman year of high school, so think like 2010.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like really old.
Yeah, it played super well on iOS. I played the Switch version, still controls very well. It's a solid platformer. If you beat Celeste, if you beat Super Meat Boy, and you want another hard as balls platformer, I highly recommend League of Evil on Vita as well. Yes, Miguel?
I'm watching some gameplay for Extension.
What's it look like?
It looks like a mixture of the gameplay of God of War, like the first couple ones, and Assassin's Creed, because you're climbing buildings.
Interesting.
What I was thinking, do you get like Shadow of the Colossus vibes from it at all? Because that's what it looked like.
No. Oh no, not even close.
Not at all. I keep forgetting Shadow came out this year. That's going to be one of my top games this year. I was so pleasant.
Looks interesting, dude. Looks fun.
Next up, Masters of Anima, PS4 digital. Operation Warcade, PS VR digital. Owlboy, PS4 digital. This was getting a lot of awards. Indie platformer from, I think, 2016 on PC.
Did this come out for Switch already? And now it's coming to PlayStation? Like, did this come out first on Switch?
I think it's still being talked for Switch.
No, I thought I saw it on Switch already.
It could be on Switch. I'm not sure.
I could be wrong. Maybe I just heard someone in the industry talking about it.
I think there is another indie platformer on Switch, or maybe, I don't know. There is another indie platformer, several indie platformers on Switch.
A lot of them.
Project Nimbus, Code Mirai, PS4 digital. Regalia of Men and Monarchs, PS4 digital.
Well, this looks like straight up. That looks like a straight up iOS port.
Yeah, 100%. All dude, look at the Rick and Morty, virtual reality, PSVR digital. So this I actually got to play on Billy's Oculus a while ago, because this was like exclusive for a year, I think. It's made by the Job Simulator guys. So not the Accounting Plus guys, Job Simulator guys, but same humor, because Justin Roiland's still behind it, still all voiced. It's a short experience, really short, like I think under 2 hours. If I recall, I think it was shorter than Accounting Plus. But it's job simulator style. So you're in Rick's garage, and you could teleport to like 4 different stations, and there's like so many of like Rick and Morty gadgets and gizmos and stuff that you could pick up and play with, toss around. It's a fun game. If you have a PSVR, you like Job Simulator, you like Rick and Morty, you like one of them, and you want to play another solid VR game, highly recommend it.
Any idea on price?
I would imagine $20, but do not quote me on
Well, because Accounting Plus was only, what, like $12?
Yeah, it's $12.
I would say like $10 for this, man. That sounds like a lot for a very short experience like that.
Give it a search. Let our listeners know how much that's going to cost while I read the next titles. Rogue Aces, PS4, PS Vita. This looks straight up like a iPhone game.
$30?
$30, but that's for a box copy. Because the box copy comes with cool posters and I think a Funko Pop, or just cool posters, one or the other.
Whoa! Why is there? Oh, collector's edition is $50. Okay, let me check the PlayStation Store. Continue.
I think that comes with the Funko Pop. Yeah, check the PSN on that. Starlight Adventures, PS4 digital. Super Amazeballs, PSVR digital. This looks just like a Windows XP screensaver. Oh wait, no.
Yo, that actually looks kind of legit.
If you look closer, it's like a mousetrap type ball game where like it looks like you drop. I don't even really know. It's a maze.
Yeah, it's not on the PlayStation Store for Rick and Morty.
But physical, if you're trying to pick up Rick and Morty, is... Wait, hold on. I don't think it's coming physical this week because the drop only says it's coming digital this week. So, let's say $20. Super Daryl Deluxe, PS4. Time Carnage, PSVR, digital. And that's about it. 30 Seconds to Mars has a new album this week, as well as Chicago. And Blockers is on PlayStation Video. I thought that movie just came to theaters.
I thought it did too.
Maybe they're doing one of those dual releases. I always
Maybe
see.
they're riding off of the fact that WrestleMania is this weekend, and they're like, "Hey, you want more John Cena? Go see this movie."
Oh, that'll be true.
I mean, it's getting 8s and 9s, so I'm sure it's a good movie.
That's interesting that I think it opened up this week or last week. It's like a week after.
Landscape's changing. Go check out Cocktail Hour episode, I think 8 maybe, for when we talked about that.
But yeah, solid week. If you're a virtual reality fan, pick up Rick and Morty. Recommend it.
A lot of
if you're
VR
a
games.
platformer fan, get Owlboy and League of Evil.
Yeah, lots of VR games. Pick of the week, probably. Ooh, I don't know. Not really anything. Of that.
I'm gonna go with Extension.
Okay.
Miguel watched the trailer and he's into it.
What you said, Owlboy, Jeff?
I said Rick and Morty. The one
Okay,
that I
I'll go Owlboy then. All right, so now it is time to close out the show with a little thing we call Video Game 20 Questions, and we got this idea from IGN Game Scoop, so just want to give them a shout-out. Thank you for having a great segment, and we love to do it as well. This week's a little different. So this week marks the first week where we are now going to have a rotating chair for Video Game 20 Questions. So if you don't know what that is, it's, as the title says, the two players have 20 yes or no questions to guess what the game is. On the 20th question, they have to ask what the game is. We have some kind of rules and stipulations. We'll just bring them up as we need. But this week, Jeffrey is going to be choosing the game, and it'll be my first ever game playing as the guesser, I guess you could call it. So it's going to be Miguel and myself. Jeffrey, take it away. Make sure you have a tally markup.
I mean, we gotta take it away.
Yeah, you guys take it away.
You gotta back
I didn't know if you.
Actually, is going to be the calculator app, and you do 1 + 1, and you just keep hitting equals, and you get another number. So that's what I'm going to do.
Oh,
that's
very
a
smart.
Pro tip for anyone out there trying to tally on the fly.
Or you could just
without
use your
downloading
fingers.
a free tally mark app that I have.
Use the calculator app.
All right. So do you want to do? How do you guys normally start with? Did it come out before the
game-
PS4? Or you want us to do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Did the game come out before the PlayStation 4?
Yes.
Okay. Did the game came
On the PlayStation 3
and the PS3, 360, Wii era?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this
Do you want to narrow down?
I was gonna ask if it's an exclusive game or a multi-platform.
Let's
That's
hold
question?
off on that for
Okay,
now.
Holding.
Do you want to do? Okay, so what years does that entail for that generation? 360 came out what, 2006 or 2005? Come out early. It came out a
Where
lot
are you
earlier than the
getting
PS3.
to it? Like, what's your question?
I was gonna say, do you want to narrow down a year?
No.
Okay. Do you want to do?
Wait, it's like 8-9 years, dude. It's not.
Well, we only use two questions
more.
so far. Okay. You want to go with? Is it a console exclusive, or is it exclusive to a platform?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it? Yeah. Is the game
Exclusive
okay,
to a platform.
At launch?
launch.
Is the game exclusive
No.
to a platform?
Okay, so
At
it's a
launch
mod.
was exclusive, no.
Okay.
Okay, multi-platform.
Is this a first-person game?
Well, hold on. Do you want to
Yep.
do? Was it developed in? Okay, he answered.
He already said yes, so
So it's a first-person game. Do you want to ask if it was developed in America?
yeah.
Okay. Was it developed in America?
Was it developed?
Is a developer in American, pretty much.
Studio.
That's what we're asking.
Yes.
Which he doesn't know.
Yes. I
Yes, it
had
is.
the wiki
Okay.
page open, but now I had to click on the developer. Double check.
Okay.
Okay, so it was developed in America. I don't know if he's just trying to throw us off or if he was bullshitting. But I wonder if the publisher is not American. I don't want to get too in the weeds with that though. That's the thing.
Okay, we should. Okay, it's a first-person
First
game.
person.
we
First person.
should find out if it's a
American
shooter. Is this a shooter?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. So first-person shooter.
So it could be Call of Duty. I doubt he would
doubt
pick a
it's
Call of
gonna
Duty
be
game though.
exactly. I mean, he could. There's a bunch of them, so.
Was Siege developed in America? Oh no, it was before before PS4. Before PS4.
Yeah.
Ooh, what about no? I was gonna say Insomniac made Resistance, but it's not exclusive.
Is the shooter a? I'm asking Anthony.
Do you want to say like realistic shooter versus like an alien shooter?
Yeah, realistic, or it could be like an World War shooter. or like a modern setting.
Oh,
shooter.
he likes Crisis. I wonder if it's Crisis. See, that face looked like
what's the question? What's the question?
Is it a futuristic shooter? You want to do that?
Yeah.
Is it a futuristic shooter?
No.
Ooh, no Crisis.
Is it a modern shooter at that time?
Yes.
Okay, how many questions are we at?
8.
Okay, we're making good progress.
So first person shooter.
Modern?
We should ask about the publisher. I rather ask about the publisher than the developer.
Okay, so think publishers that have American studios.
Activision.
What studios in
EA.
America does Activision have, though? Aside from Call of Duty. Bungie. Ooh, did he pick Destiny? No, because it came out. I mean, technically it came out. Would you fuck with us like that?
I mean, it technically
Like Destiny
came
1,
for the PS3.
Destiny 1 technically came, it came
and,
out before PS4, so okay, so it wouldn't be Destiny.
Well, I mean, technically, it came out September 2014. That definitely came out 13. No, wait. Oh, wait. That's yeah. No,
Oh, it was
Destiny
simultaneous
came out.
launch
Yeah,
for-
that
Destiny
wouldn't
came
be.
out after. Yeah, no, it's 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it's not Destiny. So it's not a Bungie game. It's not a Rockstar
It could be a
game,
Splinter Cell
because
game.
But that wasn't first person, though. Splinter Cell is third person.
Not which one am I thinking?
Ghost Recon? Like the
Cool,
old Ghost
yeah.
Ooh,
The
it could
Ghost
be like
Recon
that
ones.
Future Warfighter,
Yep.
but he says it's not. Would you consider Future Warfighter a future game or a modern game? Jeff?
That's, in my opinion, that's modern.
Because we asked those questions, I just want to clarify.
Which game?
Ghost Recon Future Warfighter. Would you consider that a futuristic game or a modern game?
I guess that's a modern game.
Yes, it is.
So it could be that, but you want to see?
just
You
go
want
on
to see
for
if it's Ubisoft?
No, I was gonna ask Activision just to clear out all the Call of Duty games.
Is that the question?
Is it published by
Is the
Activision?
publisher Activision?
No.
Okay, that clears
Yes,
all
no
the
Call of Duties.
crap. Okay.
Ooh, what about DICE? Battlefield.
That's why I say E EA.
Because DICE is American, right?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
actually, they're not. They're from somewhere near in Europe. I mean, they have a studio here, so I don't know if technically, I guess.
Back then, though, they might not have. Like I think the American one might be like a satellite studio at this point. I'm trying to think. So, do you want to ask EA though, just to kill it, or is there
Yes,
anything that?
yeah,
Is,
let's
but is
ask,
that
fuck
even really gonna be getting rid of anything? That was the thing. Like, I feel like if we ask Ubisoft, that cuts out all like the. Ghost
I
Recon
asked
games and
Ubisoft
shit.
then.
Yeah, is it published by Ubisoft?
Nope.
No, it's not.
10 questions are asked.
Okay, so we got 9 left. No Ubisoft now. Okay, let's think. Ooh,
It's modern
who made
setting.
Red Faction? THQ?
Think so.
Because remember he was talking about Red Faction a lot last week.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I don't know who made. Was THQ American though? Do you want to ask? Is the publisher or is the developer still active?
I mean,
wanna-
they're technically not active. The name is active.
Yeah. Okay. So in asking that question, we would be assuming THQ Nordic would not be the same as THQ.
but- yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Jeff,
what's the
we're,
question?
we're
Yeah.
going to ask: is the studio still active? And if it's THQ Nordic does not count.
Is the development studio still active? Is the question.
Not the developer. Are we asking the developer or the
publisher or the
publisher?
developer? Which one?
Well, THQ was the publisher, right?
Yeah.
I wonder who developed.
Is the developer or the publisher?
I don't know. I don't know
That's
if I
the
want to
question.
burn this question because I don't want to go all in on Red Faction. Let me see, Red Faction.
Because it could be a Far Cry game too, dude.
Well, we said Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, and he said no. Yeah, that's right.
Publisher
BioShock?
THQ.
That's not modern, right?
2K. Do you want to ask Take Two? Because that would take out Borderlands as well.
Yeah, it has that.
All right.
Is
Is it published by Take Two?
Yes. Nope.
You must.
Why you gotta fuck like I don't do that to you.
Oh, you totally psyched me out. I'm playing you like a damn fiddle.
Okay, so Volition made Red Faction. And they are...
Is the publisher EA?
That's the question?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
12 questions have been
We
asked.
should have asked earlier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we should have. I thought we did for some
You're
reason.
going
we
to
had
your
Ubisoft
rabbit
instead.
hole, and
Yeah.
I'm glad I just went in.
Well, that's
and
why I'm
asked.
glad I was like kind of thinking about it.
Okay,
back
so
and
we
forth.
have
Okay.
the Bad Company games. Is this part of? I can't ask that. I was gonna ask if it was Bad
You
Company.
want to ask
game.
is it part of a franchise?
I mean, they're
'Cause
all
most
part of
shooters
franchise,
have
I mean.
sequels. Yeah, most shooters have sequels.
They're all Battlefield.
EA has to have other first-person games, though, right?
I'm
Now, you
thinking-
wouldn't count like Mirror's Edge as like a shooter, right?
Oh, that's not a shooter.
That's
not a shooter.
Yeah,
I'm asking his definition. So you would
That
not
is
count Mirror's
not a
Edge as a
I
shooter.
mean, you do pick up guns in it, but yeah, I wouldn't call it a shooter.
Okay. I just want to make sure because I'm like trying to think of all the first-person EA games.
That's
it's a
kind of
modern-
that's
okay,
kind of like a
era.
half an answer. That's kind of like a half an answer.
Okay. Okay. Wait.
I can put decimals on this.
If it's a
calculator.
Battlefield game, Jeffrey, is this a Battlefield game? Does Battlefield
That's
in
the
the
question.
title? Yeah.
There is no Battlefield in the title. 13 questions asked.
Wow. What the fuck game is this?
Yeah, because all the Bad Company has Battlefield on it too, so it's not Bad
It's not part
Company.
of the
19
Battlefield series. I wasn't
1945
thinking
or
of
whatever
it.
that was.
Okay.
Which
So it's
technically that's
by
a really good
EA.
question, but you answered it. So
It's a first-person shooter by EA. What are we missing?
what the fuck in the 360 era? Ooh, Medal of Honor.
It could be that.
Does the box art feature a guy with a gigantic beard? I don't know if you want to actually ask that
No,
question.
no,
That's
no,
the
no. 'Cause
question.
that's only one
I
game,
was-
dude. That's only one game of the.
Well, that's
fucking
what
series.
that would narrow it down.
We need to
Is
figure out
this?
if it's.
Do you want to ask?
part
Is
of
this
the
franchise currently on hiatus?
Yeah, go for it.
Because there's nothing announced for it. Is this franchise currently on hiatus?
Yes.
So it's got to be.
14
it's gotta be one
questions
of the two.
down.
Let's. How else can we narrow it down to Medal of Honor though? Was it?
I'm trying
Was
to
it Medal
think
of
how
Honor
many-
the series that Call of Duty spun off from? Is there a way we can ask a question about that?
I mean, you could ask that.
Is
That
that
is-
true
that's a
first
yes
before
or
I
no.
ask it though?
Yeah, that's true.
That sounds right. That,
I mean, it was
Infinity Ward broke off.
the guys that made Call of Duty were the guys that made this first.
like they made Medal of Honor and then left to make Call of Duty.
Yeah, and then exactly. So we could ask
Okay.
that.
Did the original creators of this franchise leave to make a more successful game with Activision?
Nice. The original creators of this game. Yeah.
Okay,
So it is
So
one of
there's
them.
two.
Okay,
There's two of
okay.
them then. So does the character on the cover have a beard?
No.
So it's the other one. I don't. Oh fuck. Was that just
What's
Medal of
the other
Honor? And then Warfighter was the one with the beard. Like we have it. It's just semantics at
You gotta
this
say
point.
the name. You gotta say the name.
Don't say the name, because I just want to make sure that it is.
How many questions are we at?
You have asked 16 questions.
Does the title refer to war?
Yes.
So it's Medal of Honor Warfighter.
Ding, ding, ding. On the
There you
18th
go.
question, you got it right. Medal of Honor Warfighter, developed by Danger Close Games, now DICE Los Angeles. They're the same studio. They
played
never
it.
shut down, but
I really
they
liked
were
it.
renamed, so that's why I was gonna get if you guys asked that. Published by EA, came out on Windows, PS3, and Xbox 360 on October 23rd, 2012, and terrible reviews, thus putting the Medal of Honor
Yeah.
series on hiatus.
Yeah, that was the last one, right?
Warfighter
That
was
the last,
the one.
this is the last Medal of
That
Honor
was the
game.
last one. Okay, so the one before is the one that I played and I really liked.
Yeah,
Medal of
that's the
Honor
thing that people didn't
Remake.
understand is like they thought that the first one was good, and then Warfighter came out, and they're like, "What is this?"
Warfighter was the definition of, I played this as well, I played both of Medal of Honor, generic modern military first person shooter in that
Got a
era.
f-
It could
got-
not have been like worst place at a worst time. But yeah, shouts out to Hicks though for suggesting a game that I wanted to use, but I know Miguel literally has no idea the game exists. Star Wars Masters of Terras
no.
Kasi. Does
Nope.
Anthony? Would you have even got this one?
I wouldn't have even got that.
Is it that's a PlayStation 1 like 3D like Virtua Fighter fighting game.
Yeah, I would have never known that.
I had no clue Star Wars existed.
By the way, shout out listeners, because I was in my head. Let us know if you were flipping out when Anthony and Miguel were asking, what other first-person shooter games does EA make? As if...
Dude,
we got there.
Are you serious?
I'm saying I was just laughing.
It's like yeah, I'm sure you're laughing because you know the game, but it's like I haven't remembered like Medal of Honor for how many years?
If we didn't narrow it down to the generation, it might have taken longer because I don't remember any EA
That's why I like
stuff
asking that at
Madden,
the beginning.
But, no, that was a good game.
That was their first first-person shooter before Battlefield.
Yeah, it was.
Medal of Honor predates that. I'm pretty sure. But
yeah, it does.
So good shit. So next week, Miguel is going to be picking the game.
Yes, I am.
All right, good shit. So I am now 1 for 1.
Technically, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to actually do you want this week to be the first week we start keeping score?
Because now we're rotating. Well, let's have last week's also.
Okay. So you guys got it right.
We got it last week. It was
yeah, we did. I don't remember what it was, but I remember we got it.
Oh my god, I don't remember what it was.
We got it like in 12 questions or something like that.
It was oh shit, it was
it was no. I picked it and I can't remember what it was.
Either way,
it was a shooter.
Let's close it out.
Oh, Rage.
Oh yeah.
I already have my game for next week.
Nice.
So stay tuned for next week's episode where Miguel picks the game, and it's probably going to be a hose job, but it'll be all right. Jeffrey and I'll get there.
Quick shout out segment to our Patreon supporters over on Patreon. You can find it once again, patreon.com/psbestfriends, because the peoples whose names are Jack Mosseri, thank you so much, Jake Mellar, Jack H. Terzi, and Nathaniel Hicks. Thank you guys so much. Once again, give us $2 a month and you'll get your shouts out. You could just put your podcast on. You could let people know about your podcast, YouTube, anything like that. Nathaniel Hicks, we're talking a lot Far Cry 5. Go check out his podcast, Hope County Radio, where they talk about Far Cry 5 and all the going abouts of that game. I listened to the first podcast, really enjoyed it.
Yep, and Nathaniel and I are going to have a project to announce this week. We thought we were going to announce it last week, but a little bit of a setback. So next week, stay tuned. I'm going to be announcing something with him as well. It's pretty cool. Really excited about that. This has been PS Best Friends episode 47. For any questions, comments, and concerns, email us at psbestfriendspod@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Twitter at PSBF Podcast. We already did the Patreon shoutouts. Miguel, where can people find you?
They can find me at PSN, Dark Angel 1010.
And Jeffrey?
You can find me on PSN Brawl 96. My trophies aren't synced because when you play an unreleased game, you can't sync them, which is annoying. And you can find me everywhere else, Mr. Brawl 96, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube.
And you can find me on PSN, the only X188. And you can find me on everything else, or actually just Twitter, really, at Anthony Palm. And also, please don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star rating on your podcast app of choice, namely iTunes. That 5-star rating is going to give us a better chance of climbing up the top charts for gaming podcasts, and that's going to help get more people listening, which will help grow the community, which you can then join us at facebook.com/groups/psbestfriends. You can also join our Discord, which is pinned to the top of our Facebook group. Jeffrey,
and let us know there on Discord or Facebook if you were at PAX East this past weekend. I unfortunately had to miss it, but it's one of my favorite events every year. So if you got to go, saw any cool games, saw any cool people, let us know. Post your pictures. We'll love to read them on air next episode.
Yeah, I was going to go as well. I actually found tickets last minute, but then I remembered that my aunt's 80s night themed birthday party was during the day of PAX East, so I couldn't go. But I had fun at the party. I'm wearing my, if you're watching the video, my sweet ass 80s Star Wars shirt. So thanks again for listening in. This has been PS Best Friends episode 47. We will catch you all next week.
Peace.